Hi and Assalamualaikum. We are from Group 6. Today we would like to present our topic which is Malaysia economy during COVID-19. My name is Nur Kamarina. In 2020, COVID-19 affected almost all countries and more than 50 million people around the world. And Malaysia also affected with this crisis. The Movement Control Order MCO, often known as a lockdown, was one of the indirect effects of the COVID-19 that caused Malaysia's gross domestic product GDP to decline by 17.1%. For comparison, the stimulus package unveiled during the global financial crisis in 2008 until 2009 amounted to 67 billion or 8.4% of GDP, more than 3 times larger than the planned 20 billion, only about 1.4% of GDP. The critical part, this liquidity squeeze will be disproportionately felt by small and medium enterprises SMEs and vulnerable groups such as lower income individuals and part-time and unemployed workers. I will pass to the next presenter.
Next, from the article that we chose, the World Health Organization (WHO) has formally declared the coronavirus outbreak to be a pandemic. The highest end prediction of death among the world's of 7.5 billion people is 75,000. A worldwide recession is expected to have an 80% chance of occurring, and it is expected to be at least as terrible as the one that followed the Western financial crisis of 2008. There are some good efforts like the fund for individuals who lost their income that show the Prime Minister's attempt to address the problems. Additionally, severe affected sectors such as tourism, air transport, restaurants, and retail also say that the government is a priority to help ordinary people first, in whatever sector they have worked before, but based on needs.
Exchange rate changes may be directly traced to changes in market fundamentals or economic variables such as relative levels of productivity, market values, interest rates, demand for local or foreign goods, and trade barriers in the long term. Exchange rate movement, on the other hand, might be too broad and impulsive to be explained only by such variables, since they can change more than 2 to 3 percentage points in a single day. Variations in exchange rate determinants do not occur frequently or strongly enough in the long run to account for exchange rate irreversibility. In the short run, foreign currency markets are dominated by asset transactions such as treasury bills, bank accounts, and also shares. One of the most critical external markers of the economic impact of the preceding year's global crisis is exchange rate volatility. Currency exchange performance over time is an important measure of a country's economic strategic planning. Ringgit Malaysia is also affected by economic fundamentals. The ringgit is presently being influenced by COVID-19. COVID-19 causes the ringgit to fall from an estimated value of RM4.10 per US dollar before the pandemic to RM4.35 per US dollar by April 2020.
Malaysian equity market continues to struggle among high COVID-19 cases and political uncertainty. So first, Malaysian stock market more affected towards high COVID-19 cases and political uncertainty compared to China. Second, during pandemic COVID-19, Malaysian FBM KLCI fell until 1509.81 and below 0.79 points or 0.05%. The Asian market sentiments were affected, but fortunately the Malaysian stock were less affected by it. Also, during that time, MCO was conducted in Malaysia, which made people and the businessmen unable to do their daily routine as they please. And the last one is, due to that situation, they are unable to earn more profit, and it lead to other economic problems as well, such as unemployment rate.
Next recommendation. Firstly, utilize currency involvement. Central bank purchases or sell international currency in foreign exchange market in return for its local currency value to alter the market with that currency. Central bank conduct currency interference to limit the period when the currency is rapidly growing or decreasing by exchanging a substantial amount of the government wealth. We can alter the behavior in any way. Second, increase interest rate. The interest rate is significant in the market for foreign exchange for investors to increase their profits, since the greater the rate of return, the more interest is earned on currency deposited and the larger the profitability. When international investors are drawn to a higher interest rate, demand rises as well as the value of the nation's currency. Last but not least, repurchase or purchasing shares. This clearly demonstrates that belief in the company's futures, giving potential investors more interest in the shares. It reduces the stock market's current supply, thus if demand remains constant or rises, the company's price will grow owing to demand supply. Next recommendation. Firstly, utilize currency involvement. Central bank purchases or sell.
Hi, my name is Nur Akila binti Zahari and I will continue for the conclusion part. According to our previous discussion, we can see that pandemic COVID-19 has had some impact on our Malaysian economy due to the Restricted Movement Control Order, which is MCO. The government also decided to close all fields of work and education as well as the country's border to all forms of tourists as the COVID-19 disease continues to spread among Malaysians. Consequently, Malaysia's economic situation is a little worse than usual. Political unrest in Malaysia had an impact on this conflict as well. This is due to the 3 times that Malaysia's government has changed between 2020 until 2022. Therefore, the political unrest in the nation made many investors hesitant in making investment there and interfere with the nation's economic recovery once the movement control order was repealed. In conclusion, maintaining political stability in a nation is essential to its future and economy. Many individuals have lost their job as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, and many industries have also been impacted, particularly the small and medium-sized business sector. Hence, the ability of leaders to solve every issue will not only improve the nation's economy, but will also free its citizens from the hardship brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic.